Welcome back, everybody. We got another episode of Webheads. I'm your host, DeMarco.
And I'm your other host, Steven.
Let's get it.
Let's do it.
Hello, hello, hello.
So, what have you been up to?
Man, I haven't been up to shit. I got Zara out there being distracted by Stan, Grandma, Mom, Janae, and I think they're barely holding her off. We got maybe 45 minutes before she busts through that door and says anything. But other than that, I got nothing, man. I haven't been doing anything but working on this podcast. Actually, yeah, no, just Pokemon. I've been trying to find different games to play since I keep getting jumped and beat down by all the Pokemon in there. I keep seeing things about this. Have you heard of this game called Ollie Ollie World?
Mm-hmm.
Have you played it?
I haven't played it. It looks interesting, though. I want to play it.
It's from all the reviews I've read and like the different people on TikTok talking about it. It seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I just haven't pulled the trigger and bought it yet. I keep wanting to do the Nintendo 64 online thing, but it's so much money.
For a year.
For the year, because they prorate it with what you already have. So for what I have left for the year on our Nintendo account, it would be like $55. I know it would be worth it, probably, maybe, but
yeah, I mean,
it seems like a lot.
Kind of just feel like you'll play like one or two games, but not even like completely all the way through.
Cause I was sitting there yesterday and I wanted to play Mario Kart 64. That was at the time that was the only one that I wanted to play. It's like, nah, $55 doesn't for Mario Kart 64 doesn't seem worth it. And I think they have Star Fox 64 in there too. That's like the only game that I've ever beaten like multiple times. But I didn't feel like going back to just those two games for $55. Didn't seem worth it.
Yeah.
So I'll wait. Maybe that last month of my thing, see what the prorated amount is, and play it all for a month, and then just don't go back to it. I don't care. But that's it. Nothing else.
Nice.
What about you?
Yeah, I don't think I've done much. Probably just playing some video games, trying to save some money. Just did my taxes.
Oh, man, I gotta do mine. So we had an appointment set yesterday, and then we went to the store before, did all this other stuff, and then forgot about it, and then realized we ended up going to another store right next to the tax office. And then as we were pulling into the parking spot, we both realized that we were 20 minutes late for the appointment that we had and didn't have any of our paperwork with us. So I had to reschedule it.
Oh, I went to Hot Pot this past Friday.
Where'd you go to the hot pot place at?
We went to one in Concord. It's called Shibuya.
All the way to Concord?
Yeah, we were going to go to... There's not really a lot of hot pot restaurants around here.
Even out here in Dublin?
Not that we... I mean, I didn't look them up. I was just told, like, there's one over
Somebody
here, there's one over
recommended
here. And so we were going to go to the one that we went to in Sunnyvale with Juan and everybody. And but that one, I don't know why we didn't go there. I think the traffic or something. So we were like, why don't we just go to the Concord one? That one took 40 minutes to get to. So we get there. It's in the shopping center. And we walk up to the restaurant because on the way there, Danny's friend had called and they said that there's like no wait. So we were like, cool. But in the time that it took us to get there, the wait went up to like an hour and a half or something. So we walked around Barnes and Nobles for like, I want to say maybe like close to an hour. And I was just like so bored. And then we left there because they were closing. And we decided to go over to Crumble. So I was like, cool. Like I can, like I wanted to try it. Right now they have the cornbread cookie and like some other ones. So I was like, I didn't really want to try a cornbread one, but I was like, since we're here, I might as well.
Yeah.
So we went, and they were hella behind. They were like 13 orders behind. And I didn't know that, so like I put my order in on the screen inside, and we were waiting for hella long, and our time to go eat was coming up. So we were waiting there for at least like 30, 40 minutes, and then they finally called us to go eat. So I was like, fuck it, like, yeah, like, like, I'm not getting
I
my
didn't buy no
services.
cookies.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
I paid for it, but I didn't get them. And so we went to go eat, and the place, it wasn't too bad. You know, have you been to one before?
No.
So like you go in, they ask you what broth you want, if you want any appetizers, and what kind of meat you want. So we all got the same broth. We ordered and it's all you can eat too. So we ordered the 4 meats, and we got like 2 appetizers, and then they're I don't know what you would call soup, stuff that goes inside soup, your whatever. That was all at like a buffet type style thing. So you just grab a plate and you go and just like take whatever you want, put it on your plate, and you come back to your table. So we were doing that. We ate pretty good. It wasn't bad. The meat was kind of bleh.
I meant to ask, is the meat only beef?
They have beef and pork, but we only got the beef.
Yeah, I think that's what I've heard of other places, and that's why I don't. Me and Ferio both wanted to try it, but because she doesn't really eat beef, I've kind of like gone against it because it's like I'm not trying to fuck up her stomach just for a meal.
Yeah.
But
Surprisingly, even with my sensitive stomach, I haven't had issues yet. Knock on wood. But it's pretty good. You can get the one we went to in Sunnyvale had like 3 or 4 different options for noodles, hella seafood, hella like veggies, hella like vegan or like vegetarian options. This one had some, but not as many. But it's still a good time. Just get to eat your soup and just try different things in there, and you kind of like cook it in the soup and everything.
yeah, now I think I might take her out and try to find one close to home.
Yeah, see if you guys have one out there.
I know Tracy doesn't. Actually, they might. They've been coming up with some new places out there recently.
I'm surprised there's not any closer to like your house or to like here. Like I just feel like that would be like
I feel, especially in Dublin, I feel like there should be some.
we haven't found it yet. Have you ever been to Korean barbecue?
No.
The one we went to in Sunnyvale was hot pot and Korean barbecue. That meat, I don't know what meat it was. Some beef. That shit was good.
Man, I gotta try that. I think maybe after we're done with this, I'm gonna try to convince her to. How far are you with that homework?
Take a break.
And can you take a break for a couple hours so we can go eat something, please? Yeah. You ready to get into this?
Let's do it.
All right. So today we got the Contest of Champions. This story was originally intended to be a celebration of the 1980 Summer Olympics, which was held in Moscow and depicted Marvel superheroes engaging in competitions. The plan was scuttled when the United States refused to participate in the Summer Games that year, and as a protest against the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in late 1979. So the comic was, at that point, already almost complete. So Marvel published Contest of Champions 2 years after that, which is 82 when this came out, with the reworked storyline that avoided any connection to the Olympics.
It's pretty cool history. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So this story quite literally has every Marvel superhero in it for a couple pages here and there. But there's 24 main players here.
Damn.
Yeah. So I'm going to quickly run through who those main characters are, just so you guys aren't completely lost. So we got Iron Man. We know what he's been up to. We've seen him in a couple stories already this year. He's still living a double life. Still no one knows that Iron Man and Tony are the same people.
It's so old.
I know. We got Captain America. He's still living a life after commandeering a city bus and and driving it 100 miles away from where he took it. Wolverine. This is probably the 3rd time we've seen Wolverine this year.
Yeah.
He's doing busy work with Alpha Flight and watching over Kitty Pryde. Daredevil, the badass blind lawyer who spends a lot of this story explaining what his issue is. She-Hulk, a.k.a. Jennifer Walters, the cousin of Bruce Banner, better looking than Bruce Banner, and a nice head of hair that is a lot better than Bruce Banner's. We got Black Panther, straight to the point. He's the leader of Wakanda. Nothing else to say about him. We got Storm, the Weather Witch, as Jean Grey would call her. She's a senior member of the X-Men. We got Angel, former member of the X-Men, doing his own thing currently. Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. Build is the number 2 of the Fantastic Four. But if you do it based on look, she's still number 2.
You mentioned Angel doing his own thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's like Joey Fatone leaving NSYNC to try to do his own music career.
Yeah, like you guys are good as a team.
Yeah.
But
you're not doing much on your own, bud.
No, you're probably not the one who should go on your own. You're not going to get much accomplished doing this, man. You'll get a cooking show in 15 years. That's about it. So we got Sunfire, who is a
Japan's own.
Yeah, a Japanese mutant who can shoot fire and fly. To me, it's a very lackluster superhero, if we're being honest. We got. Have you ever heard of this guy, the Collective Man?
No.
Oh, here you go. We got the Collective Man. It's a man with an identity shared between him and his 4 other brothers.
Wait, you say identity or mind?
Identity.
So they all go by
Collective Man.
Bill Joe or something.
Something like, essentially, yeah.
And they all...
And then they can all they can all separate, and then they can all be one body.
But if they separate, they're all the same person.
Yes. But they're also brothers.
Who thought that was a good idea?
I don't know. I don't know if you heard of this one either. Sabra. She is an Israeli superhero. She was created in the Super Soldier program, similar to Captain America. We got the Arabian Night, which it probably is as offensive as you think it's going to be. And a very offensive stereotype of an Arabian man with a magic flying carpet. We got Shamrock. Have you heard of her?
No.
Okay. She's possessed by thousands of souls that help her gain good luck in every situation.
So she's like Domino.
Yeah, pretty much. We got Iron Fist, DeMarco's favorite. A martial artist that gets his ass kicked by a blind man in this story. We got The Thing from Fantastic Four. The angriest / laziest member of the Fantastic Four. He's so lazy. We got this guy, how do you pronounce this? Le Peregrine.
Is he French?
He is. The name is not. This is the first appearance for him. He's a character from France. Do you know what Le Peregrine means in French?
No.
It doesn't mean anything. Peregrine is a type of eagle. It's not a French word. So his name is, it's the Peregrine. Look him up. He looks stupid. We got Vanguard, who is a member of the Soviet Super Soldiers. We have Blitzkrieg, who is a 5'9", 150-pound electrokinetic man. We have Darkstar, who almost got into a relationship with Bobby Drake, the Iceman, but she didn't feel like it at the time. And then she's also a member of the Soviet Super Soldiers with her brother Vanguard. We got a man named Talisman. Have you heard of him?
I think so.
No, you haven't. You've heard of a Talisman, but not this one. Because this one shows up in this story and never again.
Just to check up.
Yeah.
Definition of a peregrine is having a tendency to wander.
Yeah. So what's the name?
That's it.
Yeah. So
I thought there was like a hidden meaning behind peregrine.
No. So what is Le Peregrine?
What is his powers?
He can fly.
Maybe because he can fly, he's like a falcon?
Yeah, that's what I assume, but Peregrine is also not like
that's funny.
synonymous with Falcon.
You said his name, and then I assumed he was French,
Yeah.
even though there's no French besides
It's
Lay.
because of the lay. That's it. So after Talisman, we got Captain Britain. Not as cool as Captain America, but he's a lot more compassionate. We got a guy named Defensor. I don't know
heard
why.
of him.
Huh?
Never heard of him.
I'm not surprised. He's a former construction worker who wears a metal suit and has a shield made of vibranium. And he honestly doesn't look like he's worthy of anything that he has.
He's like Shaq in Steel. That what that movie was?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, this guy doesn't. He looks like a conquistador with like a metal suit, but he doesn't look like he should be there. And the last one is Sasquatch, who I didn't know this Sasquatch was a former Green Bay Packer. He's an MIT graduate, and he has basically all the same powers as the Hulk.
Yeah.
So, after that long-winded thing, we're going to get right into the story. And they kind of split it up in chapters, so I'm just going to go by that.
Before you start, is it, how many issues was it?
3. It was its own little, it was its own story. The issues were Contest of Champions. Marvel Superheroes Contest of Champions. 1 through 3. So, chapter 1. We start in Avengers Mansion. Wonder Man and Wanda are working out. Iron Man and Vision are running laps. And Beast is just being a dumbass bouncing around.
Look at me, look at me.
Cool, I can bounce. That's all he's doing. And then Captain America and Janet are doing gymnastics. But they're all having fun, hanging out. And then out of nowhere, they're all just blipped away. We cut over to the team of the Soviet super soldiers. I was like, what the hell is that?
I gotta get comfortable.
Yeah, DeMarco's here in the studio, reclining in a chair. So if you hear snoring in like 10 minutes, that's why. So yeah, we cut over to the team of the Soviet super soldiers, and they show up to fight the Red Ghosts, and then mid-fight, they're blipped away. The Fantastic Four get blipped away from a dinner honoring them. Alpha Flight, X-Men, Luke Cage and Iron Fist, Spider-Man, the Dazzler, Hellcat, Valkyrie, Moon Knight, Daredevil, Khazar and Shauna, Doctor Strange, Superwoman, or Spider-Woman, Machine Man, Hulk and Doc Samson, the Eternals, Thor, Sunfire, Captain Britain, Black Knight, all the Inhumans, all blipped away.
It's kind of cool, though. When you show up, all your friends are there.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of these people don't know each other.
Oh, damn. We're at this point in the universe.
Mm-hmm. And that's just when I stopped the list at that point because that's where I got tired of typing. There was a lot more, though. But literally every superhero that's on Earth gets blipped to an unknown location. So they're all just standing there. They're looking at each other like, what the hell just happened? Where are we? Who are you? Why are we here? Like, nobody knows. It basically looks like Comic-Con in there. So different heroes are now walking around trying to meet each other. Shamrock and Captain Britain are finally meeting each other for the first time. Machine Man and Vision. And then some of the superheroes do know each other. We got Spider-Man and Spider-Woman catching up with each other. Stuff like that. It's a lot of characters in there.
It's a fan affair. Like, if I was reading that for, like, the first time, and, like, I've seen all these characters who, like, I've read their books, and for the first time they're meeting each other, I would be juiced.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because, like, the characters that are meeting each other for the first time, like, I don't know a lot of them because they don't show up in a lot of places. But, yeah, I can imagine it'd be pretty damn cool. But, yeah, none of them can figure out who brought them there. Why are they there? And then out of nowhere, another blip happens, and who comes through that blip? It's the Grandmaster and this faceless person in a robe. And then the Grandmaster says, we've assembled all of you heroes here because we're going to stage the greatest tournament that the world has ever seen. And now the whole crowd is just losing their shit right now. Like, what? You can't just bring us here to just do stuff like this. We don't even, like, you didn't ask. And then Grandmaster says, well, I'm not asking you guys. Like, I brought you guys here, And then everybody else that's on Earth is suspended in animation. So if you guys refuse to play, they're going to stay that way forever. And and if you do play, they'll go back to normal after the game's over. Simple. And then he starts going into the rules of the game. So the rules of the game are as follows. Me and this person that I'm with are going to place 4 objects hidden in 4 random corners of the Earth. The Grandmaster, which is, he's saying, me, I pick 12. This person is going to pick their own 12. And then whoever gets the most objects wins. If the Grandmaster wins, he gains the power to bring back his brother who was killed in the Korvac Saga. And should the Grandmaster lose, he follows the same fate as his brother. So it's high stakes here. But to make the game fair, only Homo sapiens are allowed to play. So no immortals, no inhumans, Atlanteans, Eternals, aliens, all excluded. But they still have to stay.
Aren't the X-Men considered? Isn't there a scientific name like Homo superior or something?
Technically, yeah, but I think because they were born on Earth, they're counting them as humans in this case.
Technicality.
Who cares?
They just didn't want Namor there.
Yeah, thank God. So at that point, I'm just questioning, like, why did you bring all these people here if you know that they can't play?
Yeah.
Did you just make up this rule when you saw everybody? You brought everybody and you're like, oh no, like if she picks him, I'm done. out, you out. Nah. But they still have to all stay there while the thing is going on.
It's like jury duty.
Yeah. So at this point, Grandmaster chooses his team first. He picks Captain America, Talisman, Dark Star, Captain Britain, Wolverine, Defensor, Sasquatch, Daredevil, Peregrine, She-Hulk, The Thing, and Blitzkrieg. The unknown person chooses Iron Man, Vanguard, Iron Fist, Shamrock, Storm, Arabian Knight, Sabra, Invisible Girl, Angel, Black Panther, Sunfire, and the Collective Man. Which I feel like is cheating, picking the Collective Man.
I gotta look this guy up.
Please. So after they pick teams, they're sent out to begin the games, and this is all going to be happening within 1 hour. And then after that hour, they'll be brought back, having completed the whole game, and one team wins, or if they don't return, then Earth just stays in suspended animation this whole time, forever.
If one team wins, we all lose.
Pretty much. So now we're on to chapter 2. The first part of the teams.
Collective Man is a Chinese superhero.
Yes.
That makes sense to the story. Or to his power set, I guess.
Does it?
I mean, like, you know, he's like everybody. He's everyone, I guess. You know, like collective, like in China, don't they have like, isn't it like sort of, not a democracy. They say it's a democracy, but it's more like a.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had a thought in my head. I thought that was.
Maybe I'm just not understanding. That could be on me.
I'm not explaining it correctly.
So, yeah, we're on to chapter 2. The first part of the teams are finally sent out. So, first we get Talisman, Daredevil, and Dark Star for the Grandmaster, and Sue Storm, Sunfire, and Iron Man for the unknown person. They're sent to the frozen tundra. None of their suits are made for this weather whatsoever. Talisman is there in a loincloth. Like, that's it. And then the Unknowns team goes, they immediately split up. Sunfire thinks that he's in competition with everybody individually for some reason and just goes off doing his own thing. Daredevil and Darkstar introduce themselves to the Talisman, and then they quickly split up for different reasons. Darkstar goes chasing Sunfire. Daredevil and Talisman both work better as solo, so they just split up. Everybody, just so I'm going to say it a couple more times, all these teams just end up splitting up and trying to figure this out.
There's too much for the writers to write.
Yeah. So, once Sunfire notices that Darkstar is following him, he starts shooting flames at her, and then she tries to punch him with her. She can embiggen her different body parts, like Miss Marvel. So she has like these cosmic powers too. So she uses this her embiggened cosmic hands, and basically tries to just capture Sunfire at her fist, which works for a little bit. We see Iron Fist and Sue Storm. They're on the team together. They see Daredevil just kind of walking off, doing his own thing. And Sue's like, hey, maybe we should follow him.
He's blind.
Maybe we should follow the blind guy. And then Iron Fist is like, nah, I have my own plans. And then he just runs off and does his own thing. And so Sue goes invisible, and she tries to sneak past the talisman. But he has entered this dream. He's meditating, and he entered this dream realm that he can reach. And from the dream realm, he can sense that there's danger going on. So he goes back to his body, and he just starts swinging this weapon that he has. It's called the Bull Roarer. It looks like nunchucks. And and he just starts spinning it like crazy. And it throws Sue Storm like completely out of whack. Like it's changing like everything she's seeing in front of her. It looks so crazy. So we cut back over to Daredevil and Iron Fist, and they run into each other and immediately just start fighting. Then while they're fighting, the ice under them starts to crack. It doesn't help that Sunfire he got out of Darkstar's embiggened hand, and he keeps flying past the ice. So because it's so hot when he flies by, it's cracking the ice even more. And now it's melting as well. And I'm pretty sure that he's like the cause of global warming at this point. It's Sunfire. We got to get him out of here. And then once the ice melts away, Daredevil can actually sense the prize that they're all looking for somehow. So he just starts running towards it. And then Sue sees him running towards it, so she books it too. Sunfire and Darkstar start towards it as well. Talisman ends up throwing them all into the dream realm. But Daredevil's actually able to push through it, concentrate strong enough, and he uses his billy club to reel in the prize from the water. I guess his billy club has like some extendo arm on it that he just throws out, and then he reels in the prize. And then once he secures the prize, they all vanish. So now the Grandmaster is up 1-0. So we have 4 prizes total, and Grandmaster's up 1-0. So Chapter 3, the Grandmaster's team of the Defensor, Captain Britain, and She-Hulk are going up against the unknown team, which is Iron Man, Arabian Knight, and Sabra. And they're all sent to this old western town. Again, all the teams split up. Unknown's team, they all go different ways. So does the Grandmaster's team. She-Hulk jumps through the air and knocks the Arabian Knight off of his flying carpet. And then she sees Sabra down below, and then jumps for her, thinking that she can just beat her ass pretty quickly and get her out of this. But Sabra shoots her with an energy blast and paralyzes only part of She-Hulk's body. So now Sabra's just beating the shit out of her. Iron Man runs into the Defensor in some old saloon, and they just start brawling it out the way that you would expect in a Western bar. And Captain Britain jumps onto the Arabian Knight's flying carpet, and then they just start sword fighting on the carpet. She-Hulk and Sabra are still going at it, but now they're in the air because Sabra took She-Hulk up there. But then now they're just fighting each other in the air, which didn't make sense. But now She-Hulk's starting to get her power back, and she punches Sabra basically out of the sky down onto the Arabian Knight's carpet. So Captain Britain knocks out the Arabian Knight, and then he jumps to save Sabra, but Sabra steals... they're not on the same team. So Sabra does get saved, but she steals Captain Britain's staff, and then now they're both falling to the ground. And what saves them from crashing into the ground and basically dying is the Defensor getting punched out of the saloon and just perfect timing happens to be under Captain Britain and Sabra, so they fall on top of him.
That would still hurt.
Yeah,
and
that would
probably
hurt
kill
all
somebody.
three of them. It probably would kill Defensor. Yeah. So and now the only one standing on either team is Iron Man and She-Hulk. They see each other just like you would in the old Western, and they're just staring at each other, and then they say, "Fuck it, let's go at it." But they're friends. They know each other. Iron Man hits her with the. They're fighting, but then Iron Man says, "Hey, we got to do this. One of us has to do this." So he hits her with a repulsor blast, but he uses more power than he wants to because they're friends. He didn't mean to do that, and and she can't. Her body physically can't handle it. So he knocks her out, and then while checking on her teammates, while checking on his teammates, the Arabian Knight comes in after She-Hulk got blasted away, and then sees that he sees the prize just sitting in the box, just like glowing, and he's like, "Well, I don't see anybody else going towards it." He runs, grabs it, and then they all vanish, and now the game is tied 1-1. So now we're on to chapter 4. The Grandmaster sent out Wolverine, the Thing, the Peregrine, Unknown sends Vanguard, Angel, and Black Panther to what looks like a old Chinese village. For some reason, they're all introducing themselves to each other here. But while they're doing that, Wolverine lights up a stogie, and then he's just like, "I'm just gonna go figure this out on my own." And Wolverine is off doing his own thing. He sees Black Panther, and he tries to creep up behind him and tries to jump him. Up above them, Angel and the Peregrine are going at it in the sky, and but the Peregrine is actually a huge fan of Angel's, but that doesn't stop Angel from beating his ass. And then we cut over to the Thing, and he sees this large hill next to them, so he's like, "Let me go to the top so I can use that as a lookout. Maybe I can find the prize from up there." And then when he gets up there, he sees that Vanguard is already there, and the Thing says, "Hey, you get the hell out of here. This is my spot." And that doesn't end well for the Thing at all. Vanguard beats the shit out of him. Black Panther, and then we cut over to Black Panther and Wolverine. They're chasing each other around like this Chinese cemetery, like all these statues of all these dead people. They're chasing each other around here, but they're both good enough at hiding where they can't see each other, but they can both smell like the scent of each other.
I was just say Wolverine has like really good sense. How can you not find him?
So they don't see each other, but they keep going off of the scent.
It's just two grown men in a cemetery smelling for each other.
Yeah, that's all it is. But eventually, Wolverine gets close enough, and he finally catches up to him, and he's ready to kill. And he gets close to doing it, but he kind of like starts pulling his punches because he knows that nobody wants to be there at this point. So up above, Angel is flying away from the Peregrine, and he has a plan. Right when the Peregrine catches him, because he was chasing him, Angel hits like this loop on him, comes up around him and behind him. And then when he comes up behind the Peregrine, he flies just fast enough to get right above him, and then starts choking this man out.
Does the Peregrine, does he have wings or anything, or does he just fly? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Angel hits the loop on him, comes back around, flies above him, and then starts choking him out. And then across the land from where Angel is, the Thing gets up after getting his ass whooped. He goes right back to Vanguard, smacks the weapons out of his hands, and then punches the lights out on Vanguard. So the Thing starts to head over to where Wolverine and Black Panther are, and he tells them, "Hey, like, you guys gotta stop fighting." And then after, Wolverine's like, "Screw you, I'm doing my own thing." They argue for a couple minutes, and then after that, Wolverine just says, "Yeah, whatever." So he and Black Panther both just like stop their little smell off. And then Black Panther tells the Thing, "Hey, I smell something weird coming from that area right there. Start digging." So the thing starts digging, and all of a sudden he hits the prize. So now we got the Grandmaster up 2-1.
There's only one prize left.
One more. If he wins this, he wins the whole thing.
Dun, dun, dun.
And now we're on chapter 5. The unknown, this is the last set of teams. The unknown is sending Storm, Shamrock, and the Collective Man, while the Grandmaster sends Sasquatch, Captain America, and Blitzkrieg to the jungles of South America. Of course, the teams all split up, just like always. The Collective Man splits himself into 5 people. So now all 6 of them, or 5, whatever the number is. 7, including his other teammates.
So now they have more people to search.
Yeah, so the unknown has 7 people searching for this.
Smart.
Yeah. Now 7 of them go off looking for the prize. Storm catches up to Blitzkrieg, and he throws her. Blitzkrieg has the electrokinetic powers, and he throws Storm into a lightning cage, not knowing that she can control weather. Shamrock is doing her best to outsmart Captain America. Not happening. Sasquatch runs into the Collective Man and chucks him like a half a mile away. But what he doesn't realize is that there's another 4 of him around. But he doesn't really care about that. So he takes all 4 of them and body slams the shit out of them. All 4. So while Cap is chasing Shamrock, he gets wrapped up by this python in the jungle, and it's squeezing him to death. He cannot get out of this. We cut back over to Sasquatch, and he has all 5 of the Collective Men pinned down at this point. And Collective Man calls on the strength of 1,000 men, and he sends a blast strong enough to shoot Sasquatch 20 feet into the air. But Collective Man passes out immediately after that.
So he has,
I guess, the power of, I would assume, his ancestors that he can just call on at any moment. But he passed out right after that.
see the power of China.
Yeah, you were right. Now it all makes sense. So after that, Blitzkrieg and Captain America meet back up in a search. They meet back up because they're on the same team and start searching. Seconds later, Captain America sees the prize, but what he doesn't see is that Shamrock has already found the prize. So she grabs it, and then they all vanish. So now we got Grandmaster up 3-1. He won the game.
Dun, dun, dun.
Everything should be good. Chapter 6. Last chapter.
Chapter 6.
Back at the space station where all the superheroes were stationed, the unknown concedes defeat. You win. You're all good. Grandmaster takes the prize, and he's ready to bring back his dead brother. Everything's good. The unknown says, "Yep, you won. Yep, right ahead. Go ahead, do your thing." Grandmaster isn't feeling so confident after that response. And then all the heroes are trying to figure out who the unknown is. And then Talisman says, to have the power to bring back the dead without substituting somebody else is impossible.
So one person comes back, one person has to die.
Yeah. And Talisman uses the dream state that he can go into to get Sue Storm to remove the hood of the unknown. Once the hood is removed, it's revealed that the unknown is Lady Death.
Is Talisman, is he part of Alpha Flight?
No.
Oh, okay.
But from what I read, there's been, I think it was 3 or 4 other talismans throughout the years after this. So yeah, we find out that the unknown is Death.
Lady Death.
So every hero in this room is now filled with immense amount of fear. They don't know what's going on anymore. So she says, "Of course it's me. Who else could it be? Who else could hold the whole world in suspension but me? Nobody."
She got the whole world in her hands. She's got the whole world in her hands.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then she says, like, I've been playing my own game this whole time. She's like, the prizes that we put out are just empty, pointless things. But since you won, you can bring back your brother. Go ahead, do your thing. But you can only do that if someone of equal power takes his place. Like you, Grandmaster.
The Grandmaster?
Sorry, buddy. And so now the the Grandmaster's pissed. And she's like, you don't have to do it. This could have just all been a waste of your time. You don't have to do it. And then Death gives them one more option. She says, if you don't want to die, then you can offer up all of these heroes that are in this room right now.
Wow.
And their collective life force should be enough to bring it back. And he says no, decides to give up his life, and then he's immediately turned to ash. The Collector comes back and sees that his brother's cape is now laying on top of a pile of ash with Death standing next to him, and he yells, he's like, I'm going to do whatever I can to force you to bring back his life, even if I have to collect every hero in the world to fight you. And then she laughs and says, listen, I have a game for you. If you want to try, if you want to play a game, I have a game for you. And then every superhero in the room is sent back to where they came from. All the people on Earth are taken out of their suspended animation, and then we reached the end. And that was it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I like it. I wish I kind of want to read it just so I can see like all the characters show up and all that. But yeah, it's like I like when a story is pretty much just you dumping your toys out on the floor and just creating something. That's
all it was. That's literally what it was. Is them just taking whatever superheroes they wanted and then having them just battle for like the weirdest stuff. And then she was just playing them the whole time. It was perfect. It was just the 3 issues, and then, they just got straight to the point. I think even in the first issue, I want to say it was maybe like 5 pages in, they were already like going to it like in the battlefield.
Yeah, as you were explaining it, and you were saying like you were just kind of flying through it, I was like, okay, like 3 issues isn't a lot, but as you were explaining it, like they're getting straight to the point on everything.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. It was cool seeing. 1, characters I had never seen before, and then 2, seeing characters that I have seen before work with people that I hadn't seen them work with. And I don't know if anybody assumes this about us either, but like, at least for myself, I'm not like an expert in Marvel stuff. Like, I don't know every character. I don't know their whole backstory. Like, I've never seen like some characters, like, but I just enjoy the shit. Like,
yeah.
So seeing some of these characters, like when we read these stories, I have to like go and like figure out who the hell this person is.
Yeah.
Like, what are their powers? Where do they come from? Like all this shit. Yeah, it's true. I liked it. It was fun for me. I'm immediately giving it a stamp of approval.
Stamp of approval already?
Stamp of approval. Damn it.
Well, guess what? I'm giving it a stamp of approval too.
Hell yeah.
Boom.
Anybody else?
Yeah, me over here.
Hey, that's for you, kid.
I'm the little mouse in the corner.
Hell yeah, kid. I fuck with you, kid. Here's another one.
Whoa, that's my house you just blew up there, pal.
Hey, check your pockets.
Whoa! Please, just tell my wife.
Hey, shut up.
Don't look in the closet.
His neighbors across the street like oh man, that was fun. I like that one. But that's all I got.
Good read.
Yeah, you should definitely check that out. Read it. It's quick.
Yeah, when I don't have anything to do.
Yeah, I got nothing else.
Something I want to ask the fans. What has been a story that we've talked about that you guys have gone and checked out yourself, or something that you're excited for us to read at some point, or something that you think we should check out, comic book related, movie related, TV show, anything?
Yeah, anything.
Like, what's something you guys want us to talk about or mention? Are you guys playing Pokemon, or are you reading? If you tried any restaurants or anything, or what's the good food where you're at? Let us know.
Yeah, please.
Just send us a message.
Anytime.
Anywhere.
Send me a message on his page. Send me a message on your mom's page. It'll get to me eventually.
Send me a message to.
Yeah, okay, Mom. Whatever you say.
Hey, I'm the little mouse rat son. You just blew up my dad.
You know what, kid?
Let your man go, huh?
Drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
Drop it, hell. I want to hear about this, homie.
Let's forget about it, cuz.
Oh, okay. All right, Paul Walker. And that's where we'll end the show.
That is it. It's been another fun week, guys. We will talk to you next week. Peace out.
Bye.
Oh, sorry, real quick before we say bye.
Too late. They already left.
Nope.
They turned it off.
I just wanted to let people know that on the covers of these stories, I'm starting to put like what kind of a story it is. If it's an X-Men story, an Avengers story, because I realize that just putting the Korvac Saga on the front, people don't know what kind of like. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So I'm going forward. I'm putting what kind of like the main characters in the story, so at least people know like, oh, like I want to read these or I want to hear these X-Men ones.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that.
Good thinking.
But yeah, besides that, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, baby.